to Online STEM. My name is Miss Amanda, and I work at the Lincoln County Public Library. And we are excited to have you guys with us today. We are going to be making some pudding slime this morning. So, hey, everybody, we're glad that you're here with us today. My name is Miss Amanda. I work at the Lincoln County Public Library, and welcome to Online STEM. All right. Good morning, everybody. My name is Miss Amanda, and I work at the Lincoln County Public Library. And we are going to do some online STEM this morning. And this morning, we are going to make pudding slime. I found this recipe, and I was really excited to make it. They call it edible pudding slime, but it has more cornstarch in it than pudding. So technically it's edible, so it won't hurt you if you eat it. But I don't think I would really want to eat it. So, all right. Good morning, Weston. We're glad that you're here with us this morning. If you guys are watching and you want to, you can leave a comment. We'll say good morning to you. And you can see my cat in the back right now. So, all right, we can say good morning to Boston as well. All right, so for our edible pudding slime, we are going to need just 3 ingredients, which is pretty cool. And you might already have these ingredients at your house. So that is why we're going to make this. So it's edible pudding slime. It's easy to make. Lots of kids can play with it. And if they put it in their mouth, especially the little ones, it's not going to hurt them. So nothing in here. Everything in here is edible, so it's not going to hurt them. So the first thing we're going to need is some chocolate pudding. So I just have some you just need some pudding. I have chocolate pudding. Any flavor of pudding will work. So you could actually make lots of different flavors. You could mix them together, whatever you want to do. This is really good sensory dough because it'll smell good. It'll feel good. You get to use lots of your senses with this dough. So, and then you also need some cornstarch. So I just have some cornstarch here. And then you're going to need some warm water. All right. Oh, good morning, Caleb and Anna and Sadie and Cora. Good to be with you guys this morning. All right. So we are going to make some edible pudding slime. So here we go. All right. So, all right. So here we go. And Boston's getting some love. All right. So what we're going to do, I just opened up my pudding box. And we're going to do some measuring today. So we're going to use a 1/4 of a cup. So a 1/4 of a cup right there, a 1/4 of a cup of our pudding mix. I'm going to open this up here. We're going to take 1/4 of a cup of our pudding. It is really important when you're mixing that you use the warm water because that'll help your mixture mix all together. And like I said, if you don't like chocolate just happened to be what I had at my house. If you don't like chocolate, you can use whatever kind of pudding that you have or whatever kind of pudding that you like. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out 1 cup of cornstarch. So here we go, right here, 1 cup. So we're going to put in 1 cup of cornstarch. But we're not actually going to put in the whole cup of cornstarch at once. And cornstarch, there's a lot of good science that you can do with cornstarch, but it is very messy. So just so you know. All right. But if you have ever made oobleck before, you need lots of cornstarch for that. Oobleck is another fun, kind of like a slime. All right. So lots of fun stuff that you can make with cornstarch. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we have our 1 cup of cornstarch, and we have our 1/4 cup. Like I said, it gets kind of messy. So make sure you're prepared for a mess. All right, so we have our 1/4 cup of pudding that we've already put into our bowl. We have our 1 cup of cornstarch that we're getting ready to put in some of it. And then we're also going to need 1/3 of a cup of warm water. Okay, so what we're going to do is we put the pudding mix in. We're going to add half of our cornstarch. So we have 1 cup of cornstarch. Half of that will be half a cup. So we're going to put that in our bowl. We're going to mix it up. And then we're going to put in our 1/3 of a cup of warm water. Make sure it's warm when you put it all together. And it'll be really sticky. And that's okay because that's when we're going to slowly add in the rest of our cornstarch. Okay. So here is, let me see if I can just kind of, here we go. Okay. So pudding is in here. We're going to add about half of our cornstarch, just like this. All right. And this is such an easy recipe to follow. 3 ingredients. The kiddos can help mix it all up. So it's really, really fun. All right. And it's also kind of messy, and that's kind of fun too. So, okay. So we have this all mixed up. And it smells so good. All right. Now what we're going to do is it's a little messy now. Here is my 1/3 of a cup. So this is my warm water. I just warmed it up in the microwave. I'm going to measure out 1/3 of a cup. I'm going to pour that in here. And I'm going to mix it. And it smells so good. And the part that really makes it slimy is the cornstarch. Cornstarch is such a good slime maker. All right. And I'm using my spoon right now, but pretty soon I might have to switch over to my hands. All right. There you go. You can see Poston down there again. She's all over the place today. All right. And the cool thing about this recipe is that, if it's a little sticky, you add a little cornstarch. If it's a little crumbly, you can add some water, and you can kind of really just play with it until you get a good consistency that you like. So you can kind of see it's a little sticky. So that's not really like a dough yet that you'd want to play with. So that is why we have our other half of a cup of cornstarch. We're going to just kind of start mixing that in there. And like I said, you just kind of mix it in there until you get the consistency that you want. I gave up on the spoon. I decided that I'm just going to go ahead and start mixing it up with my hands. So now that I've made this chocolate dough, I think later I might make vanilla dough and mix them all together. But like I said, you guys, any kind of pudding that you have on hand, you can use any different, and it'll make it smell really good. And it is totally non-toxic because everything that you're using is edible. So I don't think I'm going to eat this. I don't think it would taste great, but you could eat it. It wouldn't hurt you. So and this is a great experiment because the kids can really get involved too and help you mix. And this is like I said before, this is good for sensory time because you have the textures and the smells. This could even be a good calming activity. So, all right. And I didn't use, I'll show you this. I feel like my dough is a pretty good consistency, but I didn't use all of my cup of cornstarch. And so different people like different consistencies in their dough. So if you do find that your dough is a little sticky, then you can add some more cornstarch. If you find that it's a little too crumbly, isn't sticking together well, then you can always add a little more water. So, but here we go. We're going to kind of knead that in. And there we go. Doesn't take very long, and it only takes 3 ingredients. And now we have some, we can call it pudding dough or pudding slime. I'm going to put a link in the comments for the recipe that I used. And I know I saw actually lots and lots of recipes out there, but they call it edible pudding slime. I do feel like it's more like a dough, like more like a Play-Doh than a slime, because it doesn't want to like kind of ooze everywhere like a slime normally does. It's more of a Play-Doh consistency, which I like a Play-Doh consistency better than I like a slime consistency. But there we go. And it smells good and it feels good. You can build all sorts of different things with it. Now, the more you work with it, you might find that it's getting a little stickier. And that's okay because we still have some more cornstarch in here. You just put a little cornstarch around there and there you go. So not so sticky anymore. All right. So there we go, friends. It is pretty easy. Hi, everybody. Oh, I missed some friends. Hi. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So yeah. Oh, Cora Spies Boston. Yep. She's hanging out with me this morning doing some science. So, and then you can make all sorts of different things out of your dough. So lots of fun, pretty easy, and it smells good too. So there we go. And I will put the link in the comments on how to make the dough. And it's pretty easy. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. And I'll put some links in the comments for some other kinds of dough that you might be able to make if you don't have the pudding. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining us this morning for Online STEM. It was great to be here with you all. We will have online story time on Thursday at 10 o'clock. We hope to see you then, and we hope you have a great day. Bye, everybody.